much from our last draft, so I only sold one thing, which is from that particular draft itself. But
Yeah.
it's okay, man. I kind of
Yeah.
I kind of expected it.
So, hey, I pushed the button there, Roman. We are live.
Yeah, I was caught off guard again, guys.
I
I
get
was talking about I was talking about something I'm not sure what it is.
So, welcome to Ken versus 10. I'm Ken, and I have Roman back again for the recap show. For those of you that follow along with the show, or if you don't, we each week we try to list me and a guest try to list 10 things from our money pile, as Roman likes to refer to the money pile, and see if we can sell those items between the last show and this week right here, and just try to beat the money pile down, try to sell some stuff, get and I figure out of the 10, if you can sell 6, that's a win. And then just a little friendly competition for valuable prizes between me and whoever the guest was last week. So, and that was Roman. Roman, for those of you who might be jumping in here and don't know you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again?
Guys, welcome to Ken's Live. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Roman, Anytime Picker. I go by Anytime Picker on YouTube, Roman Landsberg on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So all those other social media favorite platforms that everyone is using nowadays. But
Yes.
I sell on eBay and Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook, Amazon. Always forget about Amazon for some reason. Actually, I talked to
Yes.
Chris, Cajun reseller, and I told him, man, I've been selling on Amazon for a while also, but I always forget.
Yeah, that's and all of Roman's links are down in the description, all his social media links and his eBay store. I say hi to a couple of folks here that are jumping in. We got Len 5280 Fines. Hopefully he's able to watch. He is at the DMV now, and we all know how long that can take. And a good friend, Les Set, is here. Happy Tuesday, chat. Hello, Ken and Roman. And Roman saying hello. And Grams and Pops, Corey over there saying, hey, Roman, good luck today. I hope Ken plays fair, which is generally not the case. LAG is here. Hello, good to have you here. Let's see. Andy Someta, boo,
Yeah.
boo for the
Andy,
live.
Andy, Andy doesn't like me that much.
No, Andy doesn't care for me either, but I love Andy. So, it's there we go. And some highs to folks. Then we should be getting the raid coming over from Angie Resales. And I see that that's popping up on the YouTube. So as soon as this fills in, here we go. Raid Philly Flipper is here. Thank you. There's a link for Roman's YouTube channel. And Melanie is here. Angie's here with the raid. Thank you, Angie and Kristen, every week for help and support. Kind of the reseller, the listing train all day, starting in the morning with the RIN, the Reseller Information Network, and in the afternoon with Angie and Kristen. It's always motivational and good fun chat. And there's the happy picker, Lori. Hello, how are you? Amanda is here. I love you too, Ray. I appreciate that. Ray the Nashville Flipper, perfectly blessed, is here. Kathleen the Fenway Flipper. Hello. I'm not sure if I've seen that name before. If this is your first time, welcome. If you have been here before, I apologize for forgetting that. Let's see who else is here. Grams and Pop saying Invasion of the Lunch Ladies. Yes, the Let's Do Lunch podcast that comes out every Friday at 1 p.m. Or no, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we got Sandy is here. Hello, Sandy. And I think, and there's Judy, the Thrifting KC style. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So,
Welcome,
Roman, we
guys.
were talking there, and I see Lisa is here. She's also from the great state of Ohio. Love your channel so much at Grams and Pops Vintage. Some love for Corey and Teresa. And Larry is here. And lots of hellos there. So, Roman, last week, we listed 10 items apiece. And we were trying to sell those items to see what we could sell. Let's see here. Perfectly Blessed says, congrats. Ken, congrats on keeping Roman quiet for more than 2 minutes straight. I know. That's why I decided, a little bit later in the show, I've been playing some games and stuff, but I love to hear Roman talk. I love his opinions and his outlook on everything. And
guys,
so we're going to do.
I'm not going to talk today, guys. Sorry.
Not at all. Roman just, I told him, just zip it, until you answer the questions. That's so we listed our 10 items, and I got to tell you, the sales were not that stellar. Am I correct?
You're absolutely right, man. Not that stellar. With me, it's more expected kind of. But it was my fault for putting drafts for something that I knew is gonna be probably long tail, but most likely I priced it up a little bit because that's always my fault in terms of pricing things up. Not
Yeah.
it's not like something smart thing to do. But I kind of always have a feeling that if I price it up, it will sell fast, and it never happened.
Yes.
So don't do it, guys. Just price it properly, not like me, guys, because that's my struggle in my eBay life always.
I do that. I do that as well. I want to say hello to Jill. Jill taking a quick break from clients to say hello. Good to see you there. Always good to see Jill. Hi, Corey and Angie. I love your guys' channel. Too, I kind of like you. Okay. Also, okay. Let's see. So we'll get right into some of the sales that we did have. Now, I did, unfortunately for Roman, I did get my first win on the Ken versus 10 versus show, but it wasn't impressive at all. I only sold 2 things out of the whole, and one of them sold during the show while we were listing, as well as Roman's item that he sold this week. Now, I would say a lot of my hat is bothering me. I washed my hat earlier today. I washed this hat. Man.
I love this hat.
it was filthy. I basically the last 2 weeks went to the 127, did the Route 30 sales last week, and just a lot of sales. And you go to the sales and your hands just get all grimy and dirty. You're picking up stuff, and it was so hot out all those days. I was constantly taking my hat on and off all day, and it just got filthy. And so I need to wash this thing before I go on the air. And so yeah, I washed it and I actually threw it in the dryer, and it shrunk a little bit, which is good.
I used to wear this type of hat in high school all the time. Like exactly same one, same style. And then I kind of stopped doing it after high school, and then did it again, and then stopped again. So I like those kinds of
styles. I think it kind of goes with my personality, with the beard and stuff like that. And Jill says, boo, Roman. She was rooting for you. She was rooting for you to win this week.
Thanks, Jill. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Ken, your hat is bothering me too, mostly because I need one like it, but I want it branded with a Mr. Bill. See, everybody else has the ball hat style. I should get some of these, maybe like put my logo right there on the back part of it would work out fine. So we'll show a couple of the sale. We'll show the sales here that we had from last week. So while we were on the show, I had sold this item right here, a Canon PowerShot camera, sold for $34.99, and I had paid $3 for that at a yard sale. So not a bad flip there. And also, while we were still on the show, Roman sold this Canon 35 millimeter camera as just parts only, and that sold for $50. So you can't beat that when you're just listing them and they sell right away. I love to get that quicker, which always makes you seem like you priced it too low.
Yeah, in a way, this camera possibly, but I paid $8 and I mean, it sells for $49.99. I mean, anyone will take it. That's actually a really good profit.
Yes, exactly. And so here, this brings me to saving Lisette saying save an autograph picture for me, Ken, just in case I can make it to the rally. The Gen 1, the first generation SSK promo, Ken, headshots are going fast. Ken, where is Grams and Pop's vintage sticker on your board? I don't have a sticker board actually yet. I'm collecting stickers. I'm sure I'll get more at the meetups. But Roman, you didn't win the trophy, the official Ken versus 10 winner, but you do get the wonderful consolation prize. I will be sending you a signed SSK promo picture, the Generation 1, and the official SSK promo. Oh no, it's SSK promo sticker right there. And had I thought about it, I should have brought those with me when I saw you over the weekend.
Yeah, well,
we had
too bad.
At least you're going to get me for some postage. There you go.
Yeah, I'll buy you a drink at the rally, man, to pay for the postage.
There you go. Perfect. Yes, that'll be fine. Looking forward to the reseller rally. Yeah, happy picker. Lori, she has a signed picture from when we got to meet in Vegas. And ABC Matt is here. Hello, Matt. How are you? Got to meet Matt out in Vegas. Was good as well. And Paul, the flippin' sports guy. No one ever expects women or Roman to win except his imports.
Yeah, that's true. Even there, I lose. So, Paul, see, there is nothing going right.
And Dan did beat me. He won a trophy. He hasn't received it yet. I had just got his address at the end of the week last week, and then I was gone to the sales and stuff. So I'll be getting his prizes out to him soon. So how's your week been, Roman, since last week?
It was not bad. I mean, I sold stuff not the stuff that was not from our draft. Let me put it this way. There was stuff that actually I was considering to put in our draft, and that stuff sold. But the stuff that I put in our draft
didn't sell. Isn't that the way it goes?
It's like I felt that's the way it's gonna go, because there were a couple of things that if I put them in the draft, they would have sold fast, and they did.
Yes.
But the stuff that I did select for the draft, kind of looking back right now, well, too bad,
Yeah.
sorry, guys. Too bad. I should blame myself.
And Paul says no one beats Ken. They just technically win. I always seem to find a loophole for every loss there, Roman. So let me see, what else do we got here? Ken always wins in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes. That was a great game. I remember playing that back in the day.
Street Fighter also was not bad, actually. Yeah, I remember both, actually.
So we kind of touched there a little bit. We kind of did a little bit of a meetup. I got to meet, I had met Roman in person before at the reseller rally a couple of years ago, but for the Route 30 sales that were this week, we had Chris Cajun Reseller, was all the way up here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he stayed with us out at Jill and Nancy's cabin, and then on what was that, Saturday? Was it Saturday evening?
It was Saturday evening. Yes.
Yeah, we had and we had to battle the rain some of the time. It was
Tornadoes, thunderstorms. We
yeah, it
battle
was
everything.
it was vicious, and we postponed it a couple hours to see if the rain would quit, and it did. Right about the time we were supposed to have it, it kind of cleared off and the sun came out and it was beautiful, and right about the time that we postponed it to, it kicked back up and just the skies opened up and it was just high winds. It was brutal. It was brutal. But Roman braved the elements, got in the car, brought the family. I got to meet his lovely wife and his son, Lana and Eric. They came with him, and that was it was great to meet them. They were fun and engaging and just easy to be around. You never know when you jump into a situation where you don't know a bunch of people, but they seemed right at home right away, and just very cool to have them.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, tornadoes. We haven't had any of those in Kansas lately. I think Dorothy was in the last big one, wasn't she? In Kansas?
I'm not sure. Kansas actually, they get tornadoes actually sometimes. I
Yeah.
know Missouri does, but Ohio rarely does. Like sometimes.
Yeah, not a lot, but I think there were two confirmed touchdowns right, kind of
Yeah,
say within a 40-50 mile radius of where we were at. So
yeah. Near
that's a
Cleveland.
bit scary.
Yeah, Mansfield and I think there was one near Marion, actually,
Yeah,
where you are. So I know
right
that.
outside of my town, and then one I think in Loudonville, which is just right over there near Mansfield.
Yeah, Loudonville had a touchdown. I heard. Yeah, so it
Corey
happens.
says he needs to make friends with Nancy so he can hang out at the cabin. Yeah, it was a beautiful place.
Yeah, the cabin was excellent. Let me tell you, the bad part that we had to leave, but I wanted to play some ping pong, which I used to like back in the
Yes.
day.
Well, we're gonna cover that here in just a little bit. Judy Thrifting Casey's. I'm in Missouri, and they say that Tornado Alley changed, so we are not in the alley anymore. Well, that's fortunate for you, and not so much for wherever it moved to.
Yeah,
So, let's see.
come back and play ping pong.
Yeah. So we only had the three items to cover. So and we showed those. They were, oh wait, did I show the third? I don't think I showed
I
the
don't
third
think
item.
you did actually. The ones that you sold.
So there was
That's
Roman's
Yeah.
Roman's sale, and then the third item that I sold kind of like the next day was another camera, Canon 8mm video camcorder. I paid $5 for this, and it sold for $55. So
You see,
a couple of decent sales.
You see, guys, the trend is actually, I now understand. And I told you about Paul Philip Flipper actually put out a video about
Uh-huh.
some resellers going to garage sales and not asking only without looking at stuff. They ask for cameras or video games. They don't look at anything else. So that's basically most of the reasons because
Yeah.
of the sell-through rate on those types of things is very high, and
Yes.
people just don't want to. I mean, resellers that kind of being rude in a way, they don't look at other things on a table at a garage sale. They just go straight to a person asking if you got cameras, camcorders, or video games. That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah, and that I love to sell the cameras because you can buy those, the older video cameras, those point and shoots. I saw, well, Grams and Pops, one of their recent videos, they were talking about that same thing is the point and shoot sort of cameras, and that they usually sell pretty quickly. Some of them can be big money, others are just at say $30-$40 range, but you pick them up for cheap, $5 or less, and you can't beat that.
Larry is asking me, Roman, is Eric the son who was? Yes, Larry. He is a little bit. He was on my avatar on my YouTube channel, if you remember, when I had a previous avatar, and now he
Yes.
is much bigger. Ken and Chris and Jill and everyone at the cabin saw that. He is even taller. He is even taller than me now.
Yes. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
he was excited to be kind of out in the country.
yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
you guys live pretty well in the city, and we got to kind of roam free out there in the wide open spaces.
Yeah, he likes nature. He likes those types of areas where there is like big parks or like mountains and stuff like that. So he likes. I'm the same way. I actually love this kind of stuff, and
Yes.
I like to travel to those types of places because of that. So.
Well, we'll have to get you out there again to the cabin because we have, the ATVs and stuff. We'll let him get out there and ride the ATVs around the property. And back up here, Corey says, no ping pong for me. I have the reflexes of a feline with cataracts. And thank you, Lisette. Yeah, we got a couple sales. And like Roman said, I sold other things, during the week, just not the things that were listed. And Judy says she is listing cameras right now. Her husband collects and wants to get rid of them. They probably has 300 or more cameras. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. That's actually
That's
big money.
yes.
That's big money right there.
And ABC Matt has sold a couple of cameras himself. Roman, I couldn't remember today. Before you changed your channel name to Anytime Picker, what was your original channel name?
It was Roman Land Thrift and Resale. And it was kind of big. And originally, one of my reseller friends here in Cleveland, he was kind of wanted, when I asked him what channel should I kind of, make, I mean, the name of the channel,
Yeah.
he wanted to do like Roman Resales
Uh-huh.
with a name, like art of resale. So like Roman resales, like with a name and
Yes.
resales. And I kind of, I don't know, I was contemplating not to use my name. I don't know why, but eventually, kind of, I wanted to, but then I decided not to again. And still, I mean, it's good when you use your first name in the channel. Not bad. I
Uh-huh.
mean, some resellers do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, kind of, in my opinion, it's not bad to do that. So
Yeah,
people
you
will
figure
recognize, yeah, so people will recognize right away in a live or somewhere that your name is what your channel name is. So,
I think I'll change my channel name to Roman Resales because
yeah,
that's got a nice flow to it. I like it.
it's actually not bad. I was thinking about it again recently, but I kind of will stick to my anytime picker. You know why I named it anytime picker? I'll explain to you.
Okay,
One of
yes.
one of my friends actually has a business here in
Okay.
Cleveland, and it's called Anytime Picture. So he's a photographer, and
Okay.
basically the his business is like he will advertise, and
Uh-huh.
someone who needs the photographs for anything, weddings, family photos, anything, business, they will call him, and he always open. So that's why he's anytime picture.
Okay.
And I kind of saw him before, like the rally, when we went to the last rally. I saw him, and then I thought
Yes.
he has anytime picture. I'll just name it anytime picker.
That's Well, that's perfect. I mean, because that's one of the beauty parts of being a reseller and, on those platforms, whatever, eBay, Amazon, Mercari, you are literally open 24 hours a day to anyone around the world.
In a way,
And
yes. In a way, kind of as a kind of full-time reseller. Kind of, I don't like to use those types of things like full-time YouTuber, full-time reseller. I will just
yeah,
call it reseller YouTuber. I don't like those full-time, part-time. I
yeah,
mean, you can have bunch of different things going on, different jobs and stuff. So it's not something I kind of look at this way. So
yes,
so yeah, in a way, when you sell all the time, it's kind of, and you can go source anytime in a way,
Yes.
except the night, because people will kind of feel weird if you cannot go at night. I don't know.
If you show up in their front yard and
Yeah, at
comp their
night,
lawn furniture or
yeah,
something like that.
exactly. But during the day, any time of the day, you can source
Yes.
and list and ship. So
Yeah, and it seems, as this, doing the reselling job, it's almost like you're 24 hours a day. If you're always seem to be doing something, whether it's drafting, taking photographs, listing, you're outsourcing. It's just I work more doing this than my previous 9 to 5 job.
yeah, that's actually what it is. I mean, that's kind of even at night you may wake up and answer messages. Some for
Yes.
me, like people, some people have like a schedule where they actually sleep almost like till like 12 p.m. and then they
Uh-huh.
will work until like 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
and go to sleep at 5. So
Yeah.
that's like all like completely different type of schedule. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
good for I don't know if it's good for your body.
Probably not as much, but it's almost
Probably
like
not.
if you had to work, like third shift or something, at a company that, second and third shift, and that's the beauty part of the reselling as well, is being able to pick what time of day you work, and you don't have to have a set hourly schedule. Well, see, Matt was throwing out some stuff about the cameras for the DSLRs. You have to check
Yes, he's
the
right.
lens and the sensor for fungus and
Yes,
dust
he's right.
to make
Actually, I had
sure.
issue. I had issue with one of the buyers because of that in the past. When I
Yes.
didn't check lens for fungus, and there was a professional buyer who was actually not
Oh,
amateur, so he noticed, and then he messaged me, and he's like, "Your condition doesn't point out there is a fungus on the
uh,
lens." So
I had never thought about that.
yeah, there are people who are basically, if they're professional photographers or
Yeah.
people who can notice this right away, they will look at it and see it right away. So you have to make sure when you look at the lens, there is no like fungus or cracking or any type of
Yeah.
scratches, because you have to, if you have it, you have to kind of disclose it. So it will
Yes.
drop the price down a little bit, you know.
Definitely. And Chad, the quirky picker, who I got to meet during 127, he bought a JVC HDD video camera for $5 at a yard sale in the spring. Just sold it a few days ago for $80 plus shipping.
That's
So
great. Yeah, that's what
excellent
I'm talking
sale
about.
there.
Yes, that's right.
Uh, and yeah, and Lori's saying you never know when you might find a good deal, whether it's in the middle of the night or not. And Lisette, I like that. I think she was talking about your story about how you became anytime picker over the anytime picture. I
Yeah,
like that. That was very creative.
yeah. Anytime Picture
Uh,
was, and his business is kind of very good right now in terms of this particular type of thing. Because if you Google advertising and you see Anytime, people will be kind of attached to the name, because wow, he's Anytime Picture, so we can call anytime and like fill out order forms anytime. So
exactly.
get business like
And Judy is asking here. She says, "I'm putting untested in my listing. Will that work?" Uh, yes. If there's a camera or something that I can't test for some reason, maybe it's an old film camera, or the something that, yeah, definitely. If you let them know, take good photos, put in there that it is untested. Um, that I mean, at least you'll have some legs to stand on. If the person gets it and says, "Oh, this doesn't work," and you can say, "Well, yeah, it was untested. How was I to know?" So yeah, I think that's a good idea to do. And I do that a lot with electronics that I'm unable to test in some way. Yes, you can do online arbitrage at night for sure. So now Roman, so how was Roman selected as a contestant? He openly admits he doesn't sell anything, and it's why
his
and
life
it's
is
why it's
not to sell.
live.
Yeah.
It's titled "What Not to Sell." Exactly. Well, I had to get a win, sometime on this show. No, I picked Roman because I love Roman. I love his lives. I love listening to him. I love his stories. And you know, just a good friend. And you know, I like to get people on here that, you know, that I mesh with and have fun. So
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
that
Appreciate it. Yes,
for sure.
Paul Sports guy. He never invited me on his live. He thought that I will bring bad karma to his
Yeah.
sports cars that he's selling for 99 cents with free shipping. So sorry, Paul.
Judy, you also have to click 4 parts or repair in the condition. Larry Way Out One is saying that, yeah, that helps as well. You know, untested that it's 4 parts. And then if somebody wants to return it or wants to give you grief about it,
people still can return it even if you put 4 parts are not working. I mean, even if you don't accept returns, they can still do it. If they just gonna select item not as described, even though I kind of had conversations with eBay in the past about being conditioned for parts or repair only, and then you kind of put it in there, and then buyer opens INED, and then you kind of think that you didn't describe something even for parts or repair properly, you know, because I mean, but still you have to take the return. That's
yes.
the problem, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. You see, even though, you know, it's like, well, obviously, yeah, it's listed. It shows that the pictures are there with damage or whatever. And there's another good reason, because Roman rocks. That's why he was invited on this show. Everybody loves Roman. That should be a spinoff of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Raymond, yeah. That was a good show, actually. With Ray Romano.
Yes. That I love that show. It was funny stuff. And you are welcome there. And Paul was saying it's not 99 cents, Roman. The cheap ones are $1.60 free ship.
Those are probably all Cleveland Browns players, probably.
Yeah. So, Roman, we're going to do something here. We're going to do a segment here that I am calling Q&A, yay or nay. Now, this is a direct ripoff of Ray, Nashville Flipper, Ray and Dustin that do the This Week in Reselling show, and they have a guest on it every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Go check out Ray Nashville Flipper, and or Lisette, if you can find Nashville Flipper's channel and throw a link in there, I would appreciate that. But they do a segment called Overrated, Underrated, where they have, you know, usually, you know, 5, they have 10 things, and they ask if you think they're overrated, underrated. We're going to do it as yay or nay. And then, you know, just talk about them. And we'll have 5 reseller related things and 5 non-reseller related things. So let me call up my things. You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what it is.
Okay, we will go with, I have to click off the thing. So the first one, Roman, yay or nay, highway sales. Like the 127, like the Route 30, like the where you at with that?
I will say yay.
Okay. Yeah, they are a little bit different element out there. You know, you get a lot of sales, but you also, you know, we found the differences in you know, the 127, you got a lot of vendors that are out there, a lot of professional flea market people.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons actually that we discussed when I met you guys on a Saturday, is that a lot of those professional flea marketers, they already kind of learned the game. So, I mean, to the point where they actually, you know, also trying to make money. So they're not going to sell stuff cheap. So basically that's kind of brings it out a little bit in the way where how much profit can you make on certain things. But, you know,
exactly,
it is what it is.
Yay or nay, this will remind Roman of when he would swipe left or right on his so yeah, in the chat, let's hear what you say. So Grams of Pop says they are overrated. ABC Matt, overrated and bad for YouTube. Hearing the cars whiz by, and let's drop in some links there. So yeah, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to vote on these two. I think that they are underrated depending on where you go. In that 127, the areas that we've been in with a lot of vendors, but the Route 30 sales were a lot more just regular neighborhood type of sales that found a lot of good stuff. Just because it was, average folks selling their stuff, just like they took advantage that there were going to be so many people in the area, and did some great meetups there.
And also,
great
also they know like about every year they know that resellers will be coming to those sales, so most of those vendors, they're ready. In terms of merchandise, they know resellers what resellers like to buy. So
Yes.
they will price stuff up knowing that there is certain level where you can make certain amount of money, but they don't want to lose money on certain things. So you kind of understand mentality.
Exactly.
It's not like regular garage sales in a way.
Yes. So Lori is saying that she has actually never been to a highway sale. It is on her bucket list, though. Yes, definitely. Come out to Ohio next year, because Ohio has 127 running north and south and Route 30, and they're kind of back-to-back weekends. So you can spend almost 2 full weeks picking. Larry says they are great. 127 is the only one that he thinks is overrated. So yeah, because a lot of the vendors, because it is the largest one, you do get all of those vendors.
Yeah.
Happy, we live near a highway. I'll get a garage sale set up and you can buzz over. Sandy is saying we don't have them here in the desert states. Yeah, exactly. That is, I've heard a lot of folks talk about that out west, that there's no good, highway sales, and we have a number of them. We did the Route 40 sales through Ohio earlier in the year. Jigsaw Jen is here. Welcome 2019. I went to the 30 from Beaver Dam to Upper Sandusky. Goal to stop at Hardee's. Yes, yeah, Hardee's is good. Get that Frisco burger over there at Hardee's. How did you do, Jigsaw Jen, at the Route 30 in 2019? Lisa says Lincoln Highway sale was work with all the flea markets for sure. I did find a tub of single stitch tees on Sunday. Only 6 other items though. Oh, really? Here's what excites me about that though, Lisa. You bought them on Sunday. That's basically day 4.
Yeah.
Of the sales, and you're still finding a tub of single stitch tees. That's great.
Yeah, that's actually not bad for Sunday. That's actually good.
And Happy saying that she thinking maybe they should meet up at the Junk Fest in Omaha in October. I didn't know that was a thing. I'll have Grams dig into it. And Larry says I did Route 66 in Missouri and bought a blazer full of stuff for under $500. Yeah, I filled up my truck like almost completely, and I don't know how much I spent. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is a non-reseller related one. Roman, yay or nay, Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Oof.
Where do you stand on that?
Underrated. Nay.
Nay. Okay. Nay. So you say no to Kraft macaroni and cheese? Okay, we're just going to dump out on Roman there. Anybody that doesn't like Kraft macaroni and cheese.
No, I was thinking, no, I'll say yay, because I know that Ken's mom makes really good ones. So yay to that.
Yes. Okay. Happy Picker says yay.
Even though I don't
says nay.
Cheese, but I will say yay.
Okay. Yeah, I love Kraft mac and cheese, and I got another nay from Happy Picker. Let's see what some folks are still talking on the highway sales. Exactly, they set up on Saturday. Uh, yeah, so we did a lot of good picking on Saturday with the people that could only set up on the weekends. Was really good. Uh, and Lisette says no to Kraft. Uh, I like a struggle meal every once and then. So I'm going to count that as a yay. Us two, ABC. I'm a reseller. I have to eat the great
That's funny.
value mac and cheese. Every now and then you just got to splurge on the good stuff. You got to go for the craft. There is no substitute. Even homemade, everybody, I know a lot of people that make really good macaroni and cheese, but it's not craft.
I usually, if I would have eaten like macaroni and cheese, I would put bacon on it for sure. I don't know why, but I like bacon. Even though lately I haven't eaten that bacon that much, but I used to like it a lot.
We got a nay from Judy. Homemade is best. Yeah, very good homemade, but just can't beat the craft, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And I got some love there from Rebel Junk Aaron saying yay on that. And I think I think of you differently now. Well, I'm changing opinions one craft dinner at a time. Yay, mac and cheese, almost all mac and cheese. The craft is the only box way to go. I would agree with that for sure. Everything's better with bacon. Now, a
Andy's
truer
right.
statement.
Andy's right. Actually, he was telling me that I'm Jewish and I eat bacon. Andy, you need to tell Jake about it. Jake is it's like difference in terms of proper rules, which I don't follow properly, which is that's
Uh-huh.
how my life is. I never follow any rules of anything. It's gonna be funny to actually tell a rabbi about it, about eating a bacon and being Jewish. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, let's go. Next, a reseller one here. Yay or nay, Roman? Goodwill bins or any bin. We'll say any. I know you do Amazon bins,
Yeah,
but
I will say if I will say yay.
okay.
Even though I like Amazon bins more.
Yes. Yeah, so I've only been to a bins, like an official bins, one time. That was when we were in Las Vegas, and that was an experience. I got to tell you. I was there mostly for the fun to hang out with all the other resellers and watch them. But so let's see what the chat is saying. So you're going with yeah? Do you go to Goodwill bins at all, Roman, or do you
Yes,
mostly hit
yes, I
those?
did. I did go to Goodwill bins in the past. It's just see, if I went to Columbus,
Uh
I
huh.
would have probably went to Goodwill bins all the time. But in
Yeah.
Cleveland, in Akron here, we got like our bin store, Goodwill bins specifically, is not good.
Okay.
It depends on where you live for Goodwill bins. I mean, if you're willing to travel, like Kristen Ruler Squirrel does
Uh huh.
all the time and finds Goodwill bin stores all over United States, that's actually different than if you just stay in the area and try to go to just Goodwill bin stores. That's not good.
Yeah.
So Columbus bins. I saw the video from Chris, Cajun
Yes.
reseller, yesterday. That store looks very clean, actually,
Yeah.
compared to our Akron one. Akron one here is really dirty. I don't know. They just the way it is inside is horrible. It's like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
want
know.
to get down there. Yeah, Chris and Jimmy and Sonia went down to the Columbus bins that day, and they had nothing but good things to say about it. That it was good, and so I'm looking forward to getting down there. So happy pickers on the yay side. Not in my area. Matt doesn't have any in Portland, Oregon. We have 3 Goodwill bins near me, and they are very competitive. Uh, Nay from Flippin' Sports Guy. They're trash around there. Lisa is asking why I've not went to Columbus or Indy. Um, I have enough sourcing really kind of right around me that I don't have to travel as far. But now that, got those good reports when Chris and Jimmy and Sonia went down, I'm probably definitely when it gets past yard sale season, because I love the yard sales and garage sales, and I'll probably hit that a few more times. Yay to the bins from Lisette. Judy loves the bins. Larry says nay to chaotic. And Chad, highway yard sales aren't great on the main roads, but on the side roads, yeah, back to that, they are. Yeah, if you're chasing signs, they are good. The highway sales. Dixon's Pickens does a fair amount of picking at Goodwill bins.
Yeah, for closing, it's like excellent. I think, in my opinion, if you go to Goodwill bins and you're a closing seller,
Yeah,
that's actually the best, in my opinion. If you're only specifically trying selling clothing or any type of, maybe shoes, any types of like ties, whatever, like hats. Yeah, so Goodwill bins, are not bad. Not for electronics probably, but
yeah. And Andy is saying liquidation bins are better than Goodwill bins. And so most of yours are the Amazon returns, right? That's what you're hitting most
the
of the time.
ones that actually a lot of resellers go to right now here in this particular area, because they opened two of them. They are Amazon bins. They're mostly like, it's not returns. It's like some of them are open box, new items. Some of them shelf pulls. Some of them overstock. Some of them can be returns also, depending like
Yeah.
what type of pellet they're buying. So as I understand, I actually talked to the owner of that Amazon bin store. The way it works, they just basically buy pellets based on products in a pellet. So the more expensive product is in a pellet, they're gonna pay more for a pellet. If it's something
Okay.
less expensive, they're gonna pay less. So it depends on what they wanna buy. So
Gotcha.
nobody knows. Buyers, customers don't know which pellets are gonna be there. So
Exactly. Yeah, that's yeah, I think that overstock pallets and stuff, because that's going to be all new stuff, right? If that's the type.
overstock are mostly like either big ticket items like car seats, like food processors, coffee makers, like furniture, any type of like bigger size boxes, and even gaming consoles. The problem is that when they just opened the store, they started to put out a lot of PlayStation 5 brand new boxes out, like
Wow.
in the store. So it created really crazy environment. There were people that didn't follow any rules and started to fight, started to jump onto other people,
Oh,
and a
yeah.
lot of fighting broke out. So the owners understood that this not gonna create proper, kind of environment where you wanna have in a store. Either even though they knew it's gonna bring them business, but
Yeah.
they were risking that somebody gonna get either injured badly, or
Yeah.
even, you never know what can happen. So for
Yeah.
now, they removed big ticket items, because
Okay.
it was bringing resellers from all over other states, Michigan, New York, Indiana. We had a lot of resellers come over from other
Okay.
states because of those items. Because, if you're gonna advertise PlayStation 5, you're gonna advertise gaming computers, you're gonna advertise
Yes.
like car seats brand new, like coffee makers, people will come in and start just running, grabbing everything like crazy. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
that's
I mean,
yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm never myself. I'm never going to fight over inventory. I'm always going to have a source
and the
someplace.
last draw when it happened was when two kids. There was apparently, I wasn't there at that day. It was like a couple months ago. There were two kids fighting, and they actually fought really bad over like either Xbox or
Uh
something.
huh.
So, and police was called. So and parents fought with each other because of that. So they said this is just crazy. They cannot, risk people getting injured like that.
Yes.
Even though, if you guys know, in Goodwill bins, you sometimes you may have certain things, similar behavior with certain. You probably have seen it maybe, but there are pushy people, pushy resellers that get in there and start, either talking or pushing. And I've seen this happen many times. It's just constantly. That's what beans are all about, basically, in a
Yeah.
way. If you
Yeah.
like this
It's
kind of,
out of hand.
if you like this kind of
It,
environment,
Sandy is saying that she is on a sourcing restriction until her backstock gets down to a reasonable level. I should follow that advice and do that. Quit sourcing for a little bit. Um, and Lisette is taking off for the day. Thank you, Lisette, for dropping those links and for participating in the show. We appreciate you very much. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We'll keep going here. Roman, yay or nay? Ping pong.
yay.
Yay for ping pong.
That's for
I
sure.
agree. We didn't get a chance out at the cabin to play that night. There was a lot going on, so I love to play ping pong. Right now, I am the undefeated reselling ping pong champion. However, I've only played like Chris and Jimmy. That was it. So I didn't get a chance to take you on. So
Next
we'll
time.
call
Next
that one
time. Yeah.
next
No
time for
problem.
sure. Okay. Let's see. Matt says nah because he sucks at ping pong. And Judy is not sourcing right now either. But when she goes to junk stock, she'll start sourcing then. Okay, here we go. Next one. Reseller meetups. Yay or nay, Roman?
Yay. Big time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the meetups. It just whether it's just a few folks or the big ones, of course, all the videos and everything, Instagram and YouTube right now are the big FlipCon meetup that was last weekend. And man, I wanted to go to that. And I chose not to.
Yeah,
But
when there is
once
too much. I mean, the problem is there are like certain events that happen, like if there is like three at the same time, the same year, and you have to spend money on some other stuff, it's hard to actually go to all of them. It's impossible. I mean, it's just you want
yes.
to go, but I mean, especially when you're doing it everything by yourself, and you gotta leave and spend money, gotta leave, spend money, and you put
Yes.
your store on vacation, and then you come back, and then you have to go again. It's like that's why it's kind of more complicated.
Yeah, it's I guess being that the FlipCon was at the same time as the Route 30 and right after the 127 and the Route 30 is such good sourcing, it's like I can either spend a bunch of money to go stay in a hotel and go to FlipCon, or I can stay here and source and get tons of inventory.
Right.
And so this year I chose to do the Route 30 and it worked out well. Back to the last one, yay to selling vintage ping pong paddles, nay to playing.
He's right. selling
Yes.
vintage selling vintage pedals is a good idea, which I never found
Yeah.
before yet.
And Matt is saying on the reseller meetups, yes, it is cool to see the people behind the computer. Yeah, when you can meet somebody in real life rather than just watching their content, it there's just you kind of build that camaraderie and you have those shared stories with those people, and it's
Yeah, for
just
sure. I mean, it's interesting, interact with people. You see people that you see in videos and in lives, podcasts, and then you meet them and talk to them directly. So it's always interesting.
what I've noticed too is that this community, everybody is just about as genuine and real person as they are behind the computer. If you meet Roman for example, he's the same guy in person as he is, on his lives or on any videos that he puts out. It's just and anybody that I've met, it's the same way. It's like what
Yeah,
I expected is what I got.
exactly.
Okay, next one. Roman, yay or nay? probably the greatest musical song, the greatest song ever written. Yay or nay on Mbop, the song Mbop.
I will say yay.
Yay. All right. We're still friends. We're still friends.
I liked that song actually. Kind of, it was way back in the day when I listened to it a little bit. Then I didn't. Then I listened to
Yeah.
it again, some like at certain point of time. So I remember it. So it was an interesting type of song, kind of, you know.
It's if you listen to the words or read the lyrics of it, it is a really great song. It's about, your friends and the core group of people around you, that who's going to be there in the end. When we're all old and gray, who's still gonna be there? And
Exactly.
that's true. If
That's
you
true.
surround yourself with good people, you're gonna have a good life.
Exactly.
And
That's true.
uh let's see. Sandy's saying only other resellers understand my trials and achievements. Exactly. Yes, it's when you're at those meetups, back to that one, when you're at those meetups, you're with all those like-minded people. Um, and the sarcastic storage stacker is here. Good afternoon, Roman and Ken. How are you today, Mark? Good to see you. Yes, I hate myself a little bit for saying it, but yay on the Mbop. Nay, because they have better hair than me.
They used to. Probably not
They
anymore.
used to.
Not anymore. I
Uh,
think they're a little bit older now.
okay, next one is back to a reseller topic. Roman, yay or nay? Photographing items.
Like with a special camera.
No, I'm talking about like your inventory that you have to list. And I put this one on here just to get your take
That's
on.
that's yay for sure.
Yay, you're good with. I'm this is like a nay in all caps. I would scream it all caps.
You mean like for listing? That's actually
Yes.
I like to do it because I even don't, since I list on a computer, I
Uh-huh.
rarely list on the phone. I tried, even though I need to maybe list on the phone and start doing it more. But I use a camera to take photos of stuff that I'm gonna list, and then I transfer it to a computer, and then I
Yeah.
list it this way, which is nowadays is considered to be kind of old school. But I got used to it since I've been doing it for so long that if I try it, I mean, I did it on the phone before, listed on the phone, but for some reason I got used to listing on a laptop or computer more,
Yeah.
and it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to switch for me right now, you know,
Uh I'm
to the
I'm
phone.
I'm in the same camp with you on that, Roman. I use my phone obviously to take the photographs, and then um I'll use my phone. I'll comp stuff, and I may draft a few things there, but most of the time I'm transferring those photos over to the computer, and I'm finalizing all of my listings there. So
Yeah,
Corey says that yay, he taking pics is his favorite part. Yay, because customers have short attention, so a good photo is better than a description.
yeah, he is right actually. If you're gonna make like if there are any flaws, and I already got used to kind of mentioning it, and even in the title, if there is a flaws in any type of product I'm listing, I'll put please read in the title, or
Yeah,
read if I have space. And most of the time so far, I mean, rarely I had issues with the buyers that purchase something because they didn't read the description, because they do read, I guess, if I put read.
yes,
So I don't know.
yeah, yeah, definitely always a good idea.
And taking photos of that flow, like recent, I just listed something today, like Crocs. I listed Crocs today that had some minor flaws,
Uh-huh.
so I made photos that point out to that area,
Yeah,
and I put it in a condition note that there are flaws in that particular, in the like there is wear at certain spot. So hopefully, some buyers at least will read it. But like I said, I mean, so far, I mean, for at least certain amount of time, didn't have many issues in terms of someone opening return
Yeah.
and telling in a return that I missed something. It's kind of it happened. Nobody's perfect, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Mark's saying here that what he does is if he trips over something, then he lists it to get rid of it. So that's a good plan. That's a good way to get your inventory out there. Same Roman looks better. No,
okay. No photo
no
remote. Yeah,
photo room ever. Yes, I use photo room for certain things depending on what it is.
I used it also. I just like I said, it's for me to switch to something. If I get used to doing something, I
Uh
just
huh.
for some reason it's hard for me to switch to like listing on the phone specifically. It's like I don't know, maybe someday I will, but it's kind of I like it. I got used to doing it on a computer or laptop, and I do it fast. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I agree. Yeah, once you're used to that. Yeah, Larry is saying in the 2021 rally is where he met me, Roman, Jill, Jimmy, Sonia, and so many other resellers that I still communicate with. Such a great time. Yeah,
yeah,
you build that camaraderie with folks.
yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
Hope to see you there, Larry. And Larry's confirming, yes, gonna spend some time with Grams and Pops there. Okay, here we go, Roman. The next one. Uh Yay or nay? The Cleveland Browns.
Ooh, I will say yay. Sorry guys who are. I mean, I know we talked with Ken about it when I went to the cabin and met him, but I will never switch to any
Yeah.
other team. Even though one of my friends already switched to the Steelers a couple of years ago, and I kind of, it's like it's NFL, so I'm not gonna not become friends with him anymore. I
Yeah.
knew the guy for a long time. He just was so tired of the Browns constantly losing, so he didn't wanna. He wanted to cheer for a team, but I asked him, "Why
Yeah.
did you switch to Steelers? It would have been better if you switched to like Eagles, maybe." You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like
The biggest rival of the Browns is, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why?
And I never
Yeah, it's
switched even with like their horrible track record and ownership and players, quarterbacks, and all that stuff going on. It's
yeah, I'm always going to be a lifelong Browns fan. It's a tough life. It's a long road being a Browns fan and the end of every season is wait till next year and the beginning of every season you're hopeful, you think this is going to be our year, and then again it's wait till next year.
yeah, the track record. Unfortunately, guys, I know there are people in locally here in Cleveland, for example. We got diehard fans that were fans from the early like 50s,
Yeah.
that wear all the dog pound like stuff on their necks, chains, all the like mascot stuff, and on their like masks. And I've been at the dog pound at the game, so I know what kind of fans. Even though lately they've been really
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, it's g- g- Pops or Corey wants to know, is that a hockey team? Jets, Jets from ABC, Matt. Yay
There you
for
go.
sure. Brownies all the way. Um uh I think they play better ping pong than football. Yeah, you're probably right. Some weekends, all I ever want in my football team is just when I wake up on Sunday morning, I want to feel like I have a chance. That's all I want. And a lot of times, there's a lot of years you just don't feel it as a Browns fan that you have a chance. Win or lose, I just want to have that feeling.
Yeah, that was like Nick Chubb is like one of their players right now that
Yeah,
probably is going to be destined for Hall of Fame, in my
yeah,
opinion.
Yeah, he, and I hope, you take a guy like, I always felt bad for Joe Thomas.
Oh
He's
man,
Hall of
yeah,
Fame, and he played for the Browns, and one of the Iron Men of football. He played every single down for
yeah.
11 years,
In a
every
very
snap.
in that positions that he played. I mean, for 11 years, taking every snap, that's like, you have to be made of steel
Yeah,
to not be injured in that position that he played, that Joe Thomas played. It's like rarely you're gonna see that particular position the player has not been injured, throughout the years.
exactly. And Chad is a lifelong Browns fan with very little to show for it. Yes, we feel your pain, Chad, for sure. Everybody loves an underdog, but let's be honest here. The Browns are a JV team.
Let me show you guys something. Ken probably remembers this guy. This is guys Jim Tomey.
Yes. Yeah,
You
I
guys
do.
remember Jim Tomey was he's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, or maybe he is actually already. I'm not sure. But if you guys remember this guy, he used to be like home runs that he hit were usually out of the ballpark most of the
Uh-huh.
time. They were landed up on the street or over like certain decks. He was very powerful hitter. So and yeah, Jim Tomey, but he actually, I think he didn't win. Maybe he did win World Series one time. I don't remember, but not with the Indians.
Yeah. Here's the Yankee killer. Boo for Tommy, says ABC Matt.
He
Okay,
used
let's
to,
do
yeah, he used to.
okay. This next one is not necessarily a yay or nay. It's kind of a personal preference, and I just put it as when you watch YouTube, when you're going to sit down and you're going to watch YouTube. Do you prefer picking videos or what sold videos, or what do you like when you sit down to watch content?
What sold?
What sold?
Yes, not picking. Um, in my preference, I mean, I will watch certain picking videos, but
Uh-huh.
what sold is for me. What sold, I think, is I like it more than picking. So
What appeals to you more about the what sold than the picking?
what appeals to me more is stuff that different sellers. I mean, as you guys know, a lot of content creators show. I mean, they like to sell different things. Like me, I sell everything. Ken sells everything.
Uh-huh.
So you will see a variety of things. And throughout the years, I've been watching content probably already for maybe uh, since probably 2015. So around 8 years. So you
Yeah.
actually see like every from different content creator what type of things they've sold, and you learn from it. You kind of go and you can find
Uh-huh.
similar stuff. So it helps. It helps to find things that you kind of didn't think about them before when you were going sourcing, and then you see
Yes.
it. Even though you cannot remember everything, but you keep watching this kind of stuff and you kind of memorize what it may have sold for and what type of brand, what type of product, especially for people who sell everything. If there are
Yes.
certain sellers that are niche down to specific things, I don't know if they like this content. Maybe they do, but for me, I like it.
Yeah. Matt says that he likes the picking videos, but he tries to watch Grams and Pops What Sold. And
Yes, we
good
got.
afternoon to good friend Joe from I'd Flip That. Joe and Nicole over there doing
Yeah.
the game shows. Always always good to see them. Joe, I use my whiteboard all the time that I got from being on the show.
Yeah, Joe
That
wrote
I
down.
that I technically lost. Um yeah, Nick
Yeah,
Chubb is amazing for sure. Uh, uh, Corey says I skip both kinds. I just watch Roman's Instagram so I can maintain my sense of humor.
yeah. Thanks, Corey and Teresa. Appreciate it. Actually, yeah, that's sometimes like there are some kind of as I said on my lives, some people they would not kind of like. I understand that, guys. and I'm sorry for that in advance. If you ever gonna watch any of my Instagram posts, but in my head, when I see something, that I look at it in a way where it is kind of, it may not be funny for everyone, as I told
Yeah.
before, but in my head it is kind of a reference to something that is actually can be accurate or funny in a way. It depends on your sense of humor. Every person is different, but and
Yes.
my sense of humor sometimes goes above and beyond normalcy in a way. Well, that's kind of to be expected, because even my wife, for example, she doesn't
Uh-huh.
like my sense of humor that much. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
she will look at the stuff, but she understands me, and she doesn't argue with me. She already known me for many years.
Yeah, it definitely you don't want your young children following Roman on Instagram, but
Yeah, young
I
children,
love your
guys.
stuff.
Yeah, young children, please, guys. It's rated. Sometimes it's rated PG, but rarely.
Corey says you can be offended and amused at the same time. That's a fine line. That's the
That's
fine
funny
line
word.
good comedy walks.
Comedians, if you guys actually look at it in a way, like if you kind of think about it, a lot of comedians that are very famous comedians, they the ones that go on stages and perform. If you guys understand the humor and comedy of
Yeah.
certain great comedians, they will bring out a lot of offensive stuff, and
Yeah.
that's what makes them like a good great comedians, because otherwise they would
Yes.
not be kind of staying away from the comedy, and not be on stage and try to kind of avoid this kind of stuff. But there are a lot of very good ones that I watched. Even back in the day, I watched Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
perform on stage. I think Eddie Murphy is like one of the best of all time in terms of stand-up comedy that he can
Yes.
bring out way back in the 70s, 80s. I mean, it's amazing in my opinion. And then Chris
Yeah.
Rock and Adam Sandler, and you can bring up a lot of amazing stand-up comedians that
Yes.
are really
And
good.
that they're able to bring up those touchy, sensitive subjects that kind of make you think, but then they put that twist of that humor on it, and it's just like, okay, yeah, we can laugh at something that is,
And
not everybody agrees on it, but you can agree that that was funny the
yeah,
way
let
that
me
they
explain
presented it.
another thing, Ken, which actually is very important to mention here. Back in the day in the Soviet Union, there were really good comedians, very amazing, very talented. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, during communism, they would make fun of the government, and
Uh huh.
until certain point of time, they understood there may be a possibility something may happen to them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, back in the day, say maybe 70s, early 80s, a little bit before that,
Uh
there
huh.
were instances where certain comedians, uh, just all of a sudden would, disappear.
This. Yeah.
Something would happen. Nobody knew what happened, but they tried to avoid telling people, so people will
Yes.
not get mad about finding out. Similar thing with musicians, like hard rock and rock,
Oh
that,
yeah.
that will sing songs about certain things that may be offensive. Similar type of things would have probably happened, but not anymore right now. A little bit different, even though it depends.
Yeah. And Perfectly Blessed is saying Roman is the meme king for sure. Posting those memes. Yeah, exactly. Everybody can be a target when it's funny, which is true. If you're creative at the comedy, yeah, you can make fun of anyone or any situation. Eddie Murphy Raw was their Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, that's great.
Man,
Yeah.
that's some
Yeah,
childhood.
I think Eddie Murphy, in my opinion, the character. I think, in my opinion, if I did like my life with top 25 comedians, I
Yeah.
would put
Oh
Eddie
yeah.
Murphy all the way probably there, because even though he's very controversial, but he is very talented character actor. Like,
Yeah.
he can change, as you guys seen his movies, Nutty Professor. is a great example. He will change into different characters
Yes.
instantly and like do different type of voices, accent. Robin Williams was another
Yes.
great one of the best. I mean, unfortunately,
For
he passed away, but
yeah, that was for sure. Okay, Roman, last one here. Last one. Yay or nay? Ken versus 10.
I will say yay. That's a great idea and great concept. In my opinion, you did. I mean, you're doing great job with the concept you created with this particular live, and I mean, it's gonna go in terms of popularity for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoy doing it. I enjoy, the first time that I brought it out last kind of winter, fall and winter when I was doing it by myself. I always enjoyed it, watching the chat, and then this kind of second iteration of it where I'm doing it, with a guest. It's fun to kind of have that little competition and then just get to meet and greet and have fun with, friends that you interact with all the time, but have them on my show. I definitely appreciate you taking your time. It is kind of a 2 week commitment to do the show.
it is fun. It is fun, guys. Please, if Ken invites you guys, don't say no. You're gonna have some fun with that particular type of stuff, and in the future, hopefully, Ken will invite me again.
Yes, definitely. And then, well, although I felt as though I had really good items, like maybe I brought some heat last week. As you can see, I sold 2 of those. And I think a lot of that had to do with that I wasn't listing as well. And but yeah, I was surprised that only 2 of those things sold. And Brian's here, Red Dirt Pickers. Good to see you, my friend.
Hi, Brian.
And
yeah, let me show you something before we go today, because I need to get to listing the stuff, guys, because I already started today, but I picked up a bunch of vinyls recently from for free from one of my friends who does house demolishings. So he found all of them in the attic. So that's like a bunch of records with different. I got like this guy, if you guys remember this guy. This is Al Martino.
Yes.
From Godfather. If you guys remember him being in the Godfather movie.
Oh yeah, he was
like I forgot Johnny.
Johnny, yes.
His name was Johnny in the Godfather. So bunch of great I guess I didn't research them, but see there are a bunch of vinyls I got. Here's a big time. Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong, yes.
Dolly. See, there you go. So bunch of
my father got to meet Louis Armstrong way back in the day.
Here's Ella Fitzgerald. So
very cool. Yeah, those will be.
So Nat King Cole.
Yeah, those are a lot of really big stars, that.
So
very cool.
And I got here's Frank Sinatra. It's not like it's gonna be some of them maybe I didn't research, but I got it for free. So there's
you can't.
If I need to throw some away because of scratch marks, they will go.
Yeah.
I mean into, I guess, dumpster unless someone will buy just a cover or vinyl sleeve. But yeah, I got like very interesting ones, and I will try to list them. Here's Ella and Louis together.
Oh, together. Nice.
Yeah. So, and here's Miles Davis.
Oh yeah, so yeah, a lot of big names there. That's
gonna be kind of for me. I'll try to check the condition. I didn't even check the condition yet because I just didn't get to them. But as you guys know, with vinyl records, I used to not sell them a lot in the past. Even though I did sell some, I got recently at the garage sale. I bought some classic rock ones, so I will check some and see. I mean, but still, free, guys, cannot beat anything.
Free. Can't beat that. Let's say hi to a couple people that just popped in here. Jeff Ball. Hey, Ken and Roman. Jeff is a friend who's also a reseller, and I see him at he also does some flea market stuff. and saw him out at the Route 30s over the weekend. And the Nick Picker is asking who won, and I won this week, but it wasn't an impressive win. It was 2-1. And Graham's or Corey's saying you really don't want to miss the chance to be on the show. There may or may not be super valuable secret prizes at the end of your experience. Roman is taking home, though, the SSK promo.
I'm excited about this.
Headshot.
Finally, I'll get that.
Generation 1. It's the once these are gone.
Ken, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring that photograph to the reseller rally with me and put it in my hotel room.
There you go. Well, and I plan on having a new special reseller rally photo that I'll be signing at the rally. And Nicole is saying, "Hey, Roman, good to see you here."
Hi, Nicole.
That's enough blues music to keep you depressed for the next month.
Exactly, but good blues music.
Yes, for sure. So we are going to wrap this one up for another episode of Ken versus 10. Roman, thank you again for participating. All of Roman's links are down in the description. Go to his eBay store, buy some stuff from him. Check out his Instagram. Adult supervision may be needed there. But check out his content. He does a live. Usually, you've been going live a lot on Saturday night, right before.
Nowadays Saturday, but you never know. I sometimes have a feeling wherever I will be, I may go live.
Yes, exactly. Well, you went live from the cabin the other night, and that was just fun. That was a good live. So go check out that one on Romans from a Meetup. And I think I haven't had 100% confirmation yet, but I think I am taking on Chris Cajun Reseller starting next week on Ken versus 10. And we are going to list items that we found together during the Route 30 highway sales. So we're going to pick the best of our best items. We'll be able to talk a little bit about that. So tune in next week and we'll see you then.
Take care, guys. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. See you.